What are things that you can do to command respect immediately? Of course, things like respect and character are built over years. You have to earn that from people. Respect isn't just given to you, it's something that you have to prove to people and show integrity and work on so that people understand that messing about with you is just not going to be acceptable. So, therefore, you earn your respect and you build it over years. But there are times that you're put in situations where the person that you're dealing with is just outright disrespectful, or you feel that the situation or environment that you're in isn't valuing your presence and respecting your word and your wishes. So, what are the things that you can do that would immediately get the attention in the room in the correct way and make people respect what you're saying and what you're doing? If you haven't been to my page, welcome. I'm Hamasa. I look at personal development, mental and emotional well-being, and day-to-day issues. Please subscribe so that you're up to date with all my content. Like I said, respect does take years to build. So this isn't to compensate. These little psychological tricks that we will talk about isn't exactly going to replace or compensate for people to start respecting you. But if you've already earned your respect, you know your worth and value, but you still feel disrespected in a situation, then these tricks can be incredibly helpful to just give you a minute to figure out what's going on and to change the dynamic and the narrative if you do feel disrespected. And the first thing to do is, of course, know your worth. Obviously, know thyself, know who you are, what you will and won't tolerate, but also understand that the only way that people will respect you is you knowing alone isn't going to change that. You need to teach people, you need to educate them on what is acceptable to you and what isn't. So, with that comes respecting your time. So, if people don't know you very well, that's something that they may take for granted, or they may behave in a way that you may not like. And if that's showing disrespect for your time, if people are late and they communicate that, or they're not very good at time management, but they still let you know, that's okay. It happens. Some people are very punctual and on time, and some people are not. And unfortunately, that's not a very good quality to have, but it is what it is as long as they communicate and let you know, because that's showing you that they still respect your time despite being late. They're communicating with you so that you're aware, and if you need to do anything before that, you can get on with that. You're not just sitting around waiting for them. But if someone's always showing up late, not really respecting your time, or taking that into account and not even communicating with you that they will be late, then, and it's a repeat, a pattern of behavior that I always say you guys need to look for patterns, not just one-off. So twice is something that happens several times. Now, if they don't ever let you know or communicate this to you, then they don't really have respect for your time. And you need to start teaching them that. So if they keep doing that, then you put some boundaries down. You don't wait around, or you tell them, I'm afraid because you didn't let me know, I had to go and do my own thing, or whatever it is that you need to do. You don't wait around for them if they can't, if they don't even have the decency to communicate to you that they will be running late. The next thing to do is when you feel like you're in a conversation with someone and they are not listening to you, which links with the videos that I've released in the recent weeks about cognitive dissonance. So if someone's down their cognitive dissonance and they're shutting you out and not listening, and the conversation's turning disrespectful, is to try and mirror what they're saying. By mirroring, I mean repeat the last 2-3 words of their sentence back to them. That instantly gives them a validation of what they're trying to say and their point. And it shows them that you're listening and paying attention. You're not dismissive. When that happens, you are showing them respect. And in return, they automatically feel more at ease, and they feel their guard coming down. So therefore, they will start listening. They're more open to listening to you. They're more open to having a good conversation with you. And so that respect is brought back. You kind of just set the tone and let them know that it's okay. We're not against each other. I see your point. I'm repeating what you're saying because I'm listening, and therefore I'm confirming that we're on the same page. And then when they understand that you're listening and you may consider it, they're a little bit less defensive. And when they're a little bit less defensive, then you can hone your point across, and you can really say what you want to say to them without it turning disrespectful or very aggressive. This is an echo of my first point, which is you teaching people how to treat you and respect you. So if you're showing respect back to what they're saying, and you're teaching them that, look, how I'm speaking to you, the manner that I'm using, then they automatically tend to do that back to you. It softens the person who's on the defense. The next point is an echo from the one I just made about having a difficult conversation with someone who's quite aggressive or doesn't want to listen, is to make sure that you finish your sentences. And this also happens a lot in group situations. When there is a group of people having a discussion, usually you're excited, everybody wants to share their piece, everybody wants to jump in while the topic is still hot if they have something to say. So what tends to happen, and it's usually unintentional, is that they cut you off and say what they want to say. And that again is fine when it's not meant with malice. But if you're just going to trail off what you're saying, then you're again showing people that you don't give importance to the point that you're making. So why should they? So if you're saying something and you kind of just, yeah, and so in your head you're thinking, I kind of don't know where I'm going with this or the point I'm making, or is this really important? So you kind of just like trail off. It's like, yeah, and I was kind of thinking that, yeah, we shouldn't. No, don't leave it like that. You need to finish off your sentence because it shows a lack of confidence and a lack of respect for yourself. So when someone does cut you off or you are talking to someone, make sure that you finish off your sentence. And if you're getting interrupted in a group environment, then that's also okay, because it may not always be in a malicious way, but let them say what they're saying and be like, yeah, exactly. And, as I was saying, I just wanted to make your point, finish your sentence. Because even if it's a group environment and everybody has an opinion and something to say, it does not mean that they should walk all over you or dismiss your point each and every time. You have something to say, make your point, allow the other person to say their piece, and then take it back and finish off your sentence. That commands respect. You're showing people what I have to say is quite important, and I want to share that, and I want to finish my point. Next point is important if you are presenting or in front of a group audience or in a room full of people, that in order to, if you don't feel so confident standing in front of people or being so exposed, it will show. It will come across in your body language, in your posture, in your mannerism, how you carry yourself. So that is an extension of you, and in order for people to respect you, is your overall projection of your body and how you stand and how you hold your head. So always remember that if you walk into a room or a presentation and you go in like this, hunched, looking down, not making eye contact, not taking space, then your word will be an echo of you and how you come across. So how you clearly, the way people will perceive you is that you clearly don't know what you're talking about. Look at you. You don't have the confidence in what you're saying. You don't even believe what you're saying, and you want me to listen to you or pay attention to your word. Absolutely not. So moving around the stage, using your arms, standing tall, your shoulders wide, taking space, is letting people know that you're physically there. You are there. You are a presence. You are a force, and you're going to let them know. And you've arrived, and you're going to say your piece, and they will listen to you. Whether they agree or not is a different story, but they will still listen because you're commanding their attention. When it comes to presentations and things, and you're nervous to start speaking when you're faced with an audience, I think the best thing to do before you even start is to just take a minute and pause. Pausing lets people know that you're not being rushed. You are not tripping over your own words. You are not wanting to get this over and done with. You are taking your moment and you are owning it. This is your moment. So you walk in and you pause and you look at everybody, you smile, and then you greet them and you begin, because then you have the attention of the room. You walk in blabbering on, hi everyone, da, 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 like that comes across. And you don't have everybody's attention because they may be doing something, and you walk straight in and you start talking, and by the time they snap out, they've already missed your introduction and greeting. So you walk in and you take a minute and you wait for people to look at you and to pay attention to you, then you start speaking. And that already sets the bar and the tone that they need to respect you when you're in the front of the room having something to say. Next thing is to really show people your value of what you bring to the table and have that confidence to own it and be it. You can inspire people. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're showing off or rubbing it in their face, because that's your skill. So if you have a skill, a charisma or something, use it and share that, and people will learn. It happens a lot in work environments when there's an idea and it's something that you do or you think is great, but you just don't want to approach your manager, your boss, and tell them about it. Then someone else takes credit for it because they go and share it. You're not showing your abilities and skill off, and you're not building that respect that you bring something to the table or show people the value of it. So it's no good you being this amazing person if you're not sharing that with people around you. And from that, that may be beneficial to other people, that may be inspiring to other people, that may teach people something, and therefore that creates respect. So always share your values, share your insights, share something that you think may help or is the easier way of doing something. And you never know, that will create respect in the eyes of the people who don't have the confidence to say something. You are speaking not just for yourself, but you may be helping others too, which is my final point in all of this, is to speak up for yourself and speak up for people that you feel like an injustice is being done. That is the best way, or the most effective way, to get people to respect you, is to not be bullied, or to stand your ground, or to be confident enough to know that without your acknowledgement or validation, I will be okay. So I'm going to speak my mind and I'm going to stand up for myself. And if I feel that there's an injustice being done to someone else around me, I will also speak up for that. I don't think it's fair and you are bullying. So when you do something like that and you go against the grain or you show social courage, that immediately makes people take you more seriously and respect what you have to say. I hope that you guys found this helpful. Like I said, respect is earned over years and years and is part of your character. These tips and tricks are not necessarily to replace respect, but to just aid it when you need it. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have, please do share it with someone who may need it. Please subscribe to my page, like and comment, and I'll see you guys here again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.